Yeah, yesterday I was really thinking about what I'm doing with my life because August is coming up and I work in the restaurant industry, and for us and specifically in Houston, that means it's gonna be fucking busy. In August, that's our busiest month of the year because the Houston Food Bank does a fundraiser. And so all the restaurants are fucking busy because we sell good food for cheap and everybody comes in. So the head chef is asking me to work 4 days a week. Usually I'm on for 2 days a week, and I like it that way. And, like I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to be there 4 days a week. Like, I'm okay with getting by, and that's how much I love the time that I have. So, I had to basically have this conversation with the chef about. I told him, hey, I know you want to put me on for 4 days. Can I take some time and think about why I don't want to be in this hole for. Like, I don't want to fucking work here 4 days a week. And I told him, let me think about why I don't want to. And yesterday I was just reflecting on how important my time is to me. And I was like, dude, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to spend it here. I don't see myself doing this long term. And so why would I do it any more than I just have to? That seems ineffective. This shit was hilarious what my mind was doing. So I totally agree with my thought process. Yet, for some reason, this brought up ways I could change my situation in a way that was even quicker than I already am changing it. So, I'll mention all the things I've done with my life, the vast majority of all the change that's happened in my life in the past year and a half is just invisible. People looking at me from the outside is just like, yeah, that guy is at his entry level ass job. Because I have changed so much. It's insane how much I've changed. And yeah, it's invisible, but man. So I was thinking about ways to change my situation, and I thought about, okay, what would it take to make more money? Like, what if the app that I'm working on doesn't work out, and then I spend even more time at this sushi job that I have already told myself, yeah, I don't want to do this shit long term. How would I feel about that? Because truthfully, I am doing this app for the first time, and it's totally uncertain if the shit will make money or not. So that was what was on my mind. Coming into today, I am texting people on social media. I do it once a day. I just look at if people have commented on my shit or if people have DM'd me, and I talk to them. So this one guy, we've been talking for a while. It's just like a friend at this point. He DM'd me, just a stranger out there on the internet, but we talk, and he talked about how he did porn. And so, I wouldn't say this was ever a serious consideration previously in my life. It was just, like, I don't think I even really entertained the thought. It's one of those things where it's like, I haven't really thought about that shit. I know the reasons why I wanted to stop watching porn and masturbating and stuff. I don't know if that's totally related or if it's not. But anyways, this guy was telling me about, yeah, when he was younger, he needed to make more money, and that's what he did. And so I saw that text and I was like, oh, that's interesting, you know? And for me, the initial thought that I told him was like, hey, I mean, he did something that he had to do when he had less money. I respect it. Because what the fuck else are you going to do besides just make the shit happen in your life? Um, so, in my situation, guys, I think this might have been the first time I gave the thought a little more than just like I actually thought about it for a little bit. Would I be interested in doing porn? Um, and trying to navigate that a little. So, yeah, what I found in myself is so in general, I don't know if the act of just having sex with someone is something that I'd find fulfilling. Like in general, I don't think I value pleasure or sense pleasure as something that I think is something salient in my life. It's like I don't know if I care. And I think this shows in my fucking life as I am quitting the internet because I don't really care about being entertained necessarily. It's like what? You like being entertained, and then when you're being entertained, you think to yourself, I wish I was even more fucking entertained? That's the thing, bro. It's vapid in that way if you just think of it like that. So, anyways, like, I don't really care about feeling good like that. I don't think it's particularly interesting to me. Like, there's some ways in which I think it's important to feel good in a healthy way. You know, like exercise is good for you. You feel better after doing it, and you should probably do it. I'm not going to disagree with that. Yeah, with porn, like I think that's why I quit masturbating too. It was like I know, in general, I don't really care about just feeling good to feel good, and so you know, if I did do porn, at least for the like, I don't. I mean, I know people could get into it for different reasons, but basically, I know I wouldn't care about just fucking feeling good myself. Um, Now, in some ways, it definitely feels like a certain intelligent move if you're an entrepreneur. So, what I mean by this is if you fucking think about passive income and what you could do to make that happen, I mean, that's usually a big pull towards why people make videos, is because there's this thing that you're making. You're doing something, recording yourself doing something, and then you put it out there on the internet. And as more and more people watch it, usually this means if you make something that enough people watch, then you'll get paid for that. And that's the thing. So if you think about it as an entrepreneur and you think to yourself, okay, how can I make money for myself? It's like, bro, that seems like the way you make videos. And beyond that, obviously, entrepreneurs, it's like, well, if you manage to answer a need, a job to be done that people have the right way, like, I mean, I think it's kind of simple here. It's just fucking have sex, and people will watch that because everyone thinks about sex because we're animals, dude. Then it's like, well, yeah, people would watch that. And if you're in shape, if you take care of your body, and if you think about how you can be more attractive and shit, then I mean you could probably get more attractive over time because it's kind of skill based, and I think most people can do that shit. If you're in that situation, then that seems like a smart move. If you think basically like a business person. So I was thinking about this lightly after I had just fucking thought about my life yesterday night, and then this person is DMing me about, yeah, they did porn. And I think I'm in decent shape. And I know this because I fucking worked out 6 days a week for probably a year and a half up until I got injured maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. But it's like I know because everybody fucking comments on my body nowadays when I was growing up, I didn't really get attention like that. I made it happen after working out because I like working out. Um, and so, in some rough way, it's like this seems like it falls within a way that I could make money. And I think for the entrepreneur, so yeah, because I am in the position in life in which I'm in, and also how I've basically said the entrepreneur life is what I'm finna do with my life, or I'm gonna fucking die trying. I'm working at this sushi job that I don't really care about. It's like I couldn't love these people I work with more. I've made the best friends I've ever made probably at this place because I fucking see them all the time. But it's but I know it's not what I do want to do long term. And when you start thinking about entrepreneurship as something that you would like for yourself, then obviously your mind starts looking for opportunities about who are you and your identity and your character. What the fuck do you like to do? What are you good at? And then it thinks about, well, how do people make money? I mean, could you imagine a scenario in which you would do something so that you'd make money? That's kind of what your mind's doing. It's just always looking and thinking. And I think beyond all these things, like it's almost as if nothing else. I think it'd be an interesting mental exercise because I really kind of question to myself, how would I change if I did porn? Would I really look at people different? Is there a way in which I would do that kind of work, but I looked at people instead in an even more good, well-mannered way, instead of just straight up objectifying women and shit like that? It's like, I don't know if I don't know what would happen mentally if I decided to open that door and literally try it. But I think that's another facet of what is going on. It's sort of like, I don't think people should judge things in general before they tried it once. It just kind of seems like common fucking sense. So, so realistically speaking, I'd say the general greatest pull for me right now is I am just questioning what would happen mentally. I don't know, what would it be like? And that idea is kind of interesting. Um, would I do it for money? I mean, I don't really think I'd enjoy it as a career in general because I've already decided, yeah, I don't fuck with sense pleasure like that. This kind of job feels like it's for that kind of person. Except, as with most jobs, maybe it could be adapted mentally in a certain way. Like, say, maybe I'm not necessarily just having sex and performing with all these people that I'm just meeting for the first time or whatever. Maybe it's more like I have someone I really love and we make videos together because we're both okay with it. And as we're shooting videos, like, I mean, it is porn, but what if it was more like I could just show the world how beautiful a relationship can be between two people? Like, that shit would be cool. Except that involves another person that would kind of have to be on the same page. But I'm just saying, I think that'd be cool. But of course, I don't really know. I only have a guess what might happen mentally. But I think if I actually ended up trying it, it would be so I think I'd have to have gone beyond the period of my injury for sure. Like, that shit's just obvious. I think I'd rather be training regularly again. Maybe I'd have to be in shape. I mean, I think I look decent, but it's kind of funny because it's almost like I don't know if I would feel ashamed or something if I was recording myself having sex with another person and posting it out there on the internet, but I am not in the physical form that I'd want to be in. I haven't thought of that shit ever in my life before. I think it'd be interesting, but also, I don't know, like, would I really think of that as a valid way that I'd like to change my situation? Like, because, I mean, say that shit works out, but me coding and making software doesn't work out, and then it's like, what? Am I just gonna keep fucking having sex for money? In the right situation, I guess that wouldn't sound terrible. Like, but at the same time, oh no, it's interesting. I mean, I found like this whole world of how life can be so cool way beyond just people having sex. And realizing this as I quit masturbating and I went to regulation recovery and everything for like, and then I realized to myself like, yeah, there's so much that's so amazing to me in ways beyond the way all the ways I was like masturbating all the time, and like in ways all these things I'm doing couldn't compare to, except the me with my dysregulated nervous system. Like for fucking the all these years of my life, it's like this is what I think is kind of the thing, the coolest thing in my life in some ways. Not the coolest thing, but obviously when your nervous system is dysregulated, it's attributing meaning and dopamine and all this shit towards, yeah, like this is what fucking watching people fuck each other on the internet is to me. It actually gives me a sense of fulfillment and meaning because nothing else in my life does that for me. And I kind of question it. Like I realize a lot of times whatever is out there on the internet, it's not necessarily inherently evil. It's really kind of like it depends on your relationship with what's out there, you know, and how you're using the internet. So, like if I did make videos and put them out there, I mean, I think it comes back to a certain concept of self-love. And even with videos I make now, it's like, well, I mean, if I was the one watching the video, like if I was the person watching it, would um I don't know, like am I making videos that I'd want to watch? Like am I respecting the person that is watching the video? And I think at the heart of that is like, I don't know, when you make something, like, do you actually care about it? Is it actually meaningful to you? And I think that's the thing. If I did porn, obviously, if it was just about self pleasure and feeling good and stuff, then I mean, honestly, maybe if I made my partner feel good, like that would be cool. If I made it about myself feeling good and stuff, I think that's when it feel personally dishonest and like I wasn't giving the respect I'd want the viewer to have. Um, like if there was some kind of through line of am I actually like personally and showing the viewer how I care about my partner, that would be cool. If I'm just straight up having sex to have sex and that's it, well, that's kind of like the same vapid thing that masturbating is to me and is why I don't do that shit in the first place nowadays. Like what? You just have sex to have sex? You just jack off to what? Feel better? Because nothing in your life is meaningful? Like that's some bullshit. And I think everyone knows what I'm talking about when all these comment sections in Pornhub and other porn sites are like all these people saying like, "Damn, I wish I would just stop jacking off." Like I've read stories about how jacking off, masturbating porn has totally taken over people's lives in a fucking bad, terrible way. As in, they can't control themselves, and now their life is fucking hamstrung because they just can't stop. And it's like, if I was making shit like that, that shit would suck, dude. Except that's almost the entire thing with porn. It's like an it's a way all these people who are dysregulated get dopamine. But honestly, if I did it, if I did porn and managed to find a way that could make the entire thing mentally healthier, I think I'd enjoy that. Except, how difficult would it be to find someone like that to partner with? Even besides porn, every time I talk about regulation recovery, everyone thinks I'm fucking crazy. So, who knows, man? All in all, I mean, maybe it's in the way back of my mind. But ways I'm actually entertaining, um, as ways I can make money, I don't think it's really there. Because, I don't know, I also realized that part of the difficulty with making money the way I'm trying to do it now is also part of how I'm learning, though. It's like, I don't expect the shit to come for free. I have to think and try. And if shit's not working out, then keep thinking, keep trying. But what? Like, what would I just. I mean, say porn, like, immediately worked out. You know, like, there's, like, this huge available income stream if I just decided to cross that line and take it. Would I really like it that way? I don't even know if, like, y'all know Bad Baby, the girl, the Cash Me Outside girl? And then she fucking turns 18 and she makes OnlyFans the instant she turns 18. And instantly she makes like $1 million fucking dollars or something, like this crazy amount. That basically, I mean, if you were intelligent with that, you'd be set for life, basically. Um, but it's like, how much did she learn? If she just says, fuck it, let's do an OnlyFans, and then like a ton of people fucking sign up for that. I don't think she learned much of anything doing it that way. It was way too fucking easy. Um, and you know, I think part of life is appreciating, um, how sometimes you just have to get through a certain amount of difficulty, and that's why you learn something. Like, my parents are Vietnamese refugees, and their fucking family members are dying as they're leaving their home country because it's fucking torn by war. And like all these boat people, like, bro, if y'all see the documentaries, there's like pirates that are raping all the women and shit. And, like they have to cross places by land and people are smuggling them. And like the whole fucking situation is like, what the fuck? This is insane. And yet that's the thing. Like parts of their character, do you know what kind of thing is born if you make it through that brand of suffering? Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's all good either. Like, it was fucking hard, difficult. And honestly, there's ways I'm sure in which they're traumatized, and that like mentally, there's almost no way they're gonna be able to cross a certain thing. Like, my mom and dad would never fucking fuck with communism. Just the fucking word alone, basically. It's like I don't think they really look that far into the ideology. They just know by firsthand experience. Like their fucking family members dying and they're not drinking water for days and shit. And it's like, but yo, incredible fucking character is born from that suffering. And I'd even say, I know this firsthand too, not that I was there, but in the fact that you have to challenge yourself in order to change and grow. And that's how you learn, is when you're challenging yourself. That's just how it works, bro. If you're in the gym and you're not going to failure, like, or even close to it, then what the fuck are you doing? How are your muscles finna know, like, bro, we need to fucking change so that I can lift this whole next time? And what, are you just gonna kid yourself in the gym? And then you'll be like, why the fuck would you waste your time and just hide behind all this volume and time you're spending in the gym? But it's like, bro, if you're not trying hard, what's the fucking point? And so, y'all, I think if I did porn, so in general, guys, I don't think it's exactly right to just say, I want my life to be as fucking hard as possible. Because that is what's going to make me as strong as possible. And then what? Are you going to fucking start creating these different ways in which you thought of, yeah, this shit will make my life harder, so I'm going to do it this way? Like, I mean, sometimes it sort of makes sense, and I think you should, in general, try to challenge yourself because I think growing is better than not growing. Yet, I think this is a big reason why, guys. I feel like as I'm thinking through if I'd want to do porn or not, it kind of feels like if you can say you are challenging yourself by doing something, I think it's probably worth it. And, like I think initially there is a certain way in which I might be mentally challenging myself as I'm thinking through what's going to mentally happen if I put myself in this situation. And yet, beyond that, obviously, guys, I don't know. I feel like in general, um, I don't know. If I already think fucking masturbating is meaningless, then I don't really know if I'd fuck with actually doing porn myself that much. mean, yeah, like do it. Like I fuck with passive income too, but I'd rather do it in a way that's fulfilling to me. Like if I can make the solution to some kind of problem that I have, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, this is a cool thing. Like if I'm working on a music tracking app, and I fucking love music, and it's like, yeah, bro. If a lot of people fuck with this, well, I love music, and it means a lot to me. And it's literally been a way that I've basically gotten through my life without killing myself. I don't know if that's necessarily an extreme way to put it, but the things that fall into the bucket of somatic signature of meaning inside your body, like, I've had the experience when I'll feel totally ordinary, and then I'll listen to a song and I'll think to myself, oh my God, life is amazing. Like songs can inspire you and make you feel like I know I want to do some shit in my life, something cool, amazing. And so making an app that tracks music is very meaningful to me. It's like, this is really cool, dude. If I performed as a porn actress, do I have some like grand fucking way to contextualize personally having sex? Or what it mean to do that in front of a ton of people? Not really. Like I don't know. I mean, the videos that I make that a lot of people look at, like as I'm making videos, more and more videos that are meaningful to me, that are cool to me, it makes me feel good when people will say, yo, this shit inspired me. Or they'll say this was meaningful to me, or like it'll make them think about something in a new way or something, and they say this was helpful. Like that kind of shit is shit that I think is cool. And basically, if I did porn, and that's the kind of porn that I want to make, is the people watch it and they think to themselves, yeah, this made me think a certain way, this changed something in me, this inspired me to become better. I think I'd even like it if people watched my videos and then thought to themselves, because of something they saw in the video, they said to themselves, yeah, I want to stop masturbating after I watched this guy and what he did in this video. And that's me saying that because I know what not masturbating anymore did for me. So that's what I was thinking about.